All right, guys, how's it going? Before I get into this video, I just want to let you know there's no live streams today. There should be a live stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. UK on here, all right? It's just with Liverpool playing today. I think everyone's attention will be on that this evening, okay? Also, my morning briefing is live on my other YouTube channel if you want to watch that. The link to that channel is in the video description. It's just Duncan Oldham is the channel name. And also, it will pop up on the screen at the end of this video. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about this article. We're going to take a look at it. I'm going to quickly go over it with you. I've got Dave, my trusted AI assistant. I've been training since last year to analyze these things. He's going to give you some input on it as well, because I know you guys are really enjoying Dave's input. I am. I think it's great, to be honest with you. And it's scarily accurate, I think, sometimes. So anyway, this was published last night, I think. What date is it today? Oh, it's the 4th. Yes, last night, but updated on the 4th. Okay, so revised. So basically, it's Alexander Isak sent forthright warning by Newcastle boss Eddie Howe after striker went AWOL to try and force through record-breaking move to Liverpool. He's now reported back to Newcastle for training today. The only player there this morning because the players didn't get back till earlier, something, from their, overseas jolly or whatever. So let's just take a quick look at the article. I saw some of you comment yesterday saying, can't wait till Dave gets into this. Basically, it just says Alexander Isak sent forthright warning by Newcastle boss Eddie Howe after striker went AWOL to try to force through record-breaking move. Just in case you don't know, it's by Craig Hope, chief football writer, I'll have you know, for the Mail. And I must say, I don't know if you've followed my updates about this, but Craig Hope, he seems to be quite, upset by it all, to be honest with you. He genuinely seems butthurt about the whole situation, maybe frustration. He's been taking shots at the player, little digs, kind of like spilling over, like, you know what I mean? Like what we would be like, probably. But a journalist, I don't know. I just feel like if you read something from him, from the Newcastle side of things, I until the Isak stuff, I'll be honest, I didn't really know much about him. But from my own research and from Dave's input, I can't believe I'm saying that. It just comes across. It's like towing the line for Newcastle, club propaganda, bitter. Someone commented on one of my videos earlier this week saying, giving examples of when he, was upset over stuff to do with Liverpool previously. So if you're hanging on to his every word from the Newcastle point of view, I'd be cautious because I do think there's propaganda in there. And, I don't know, I just feel like it's getting to him. I feel like he's going to lose the shit, when we sign him. When we sign him. I mean, we're going to sign him, aren't we? Aren't we? I don't know. The money's, I hope Liverpool don't go much higher, to be honest with you. I mean, it's ridiculous amounts of money for the situation. But hey, it's not my money, is it? I'll let you guys decide what's acceptable or not. So anyway, Craig Hope says Eddie Howe was fired a start warning to want away Alexander Isak. Newcastle United players cannot expect to act poorly and then train with their teammates. In an incredibly forthright message, the head coach told Mail Sport that the Swede must earn the right to return to training in the coming days, if indeed he shows up, which he already has. And I don't think he earned his right to go back, but he's there. Howe and the club had no idea that Isak had gone AWOL when he flew to Spain last week. Blah, blah, blah. Before that, he ruled himself out of the squad's Far East tour when he walked out of training citing a thigh injury. A subsequent scan showed no damage. They're trying to say he had a Coutinho injury, basically. Anyway, Isak and his agent are trying to force a move to Liverpool. So this is what Newcastle think, and I think we all know this anyway, right? And are waiting for the Premier League champions, I like that bit, to return with an improved offer after their opening bid of 110 million was rejected on Friday. Mail Sport understands that will happen, but only when Newcastle make progress on a replacement. Now, this is what Eddie Howe said. You have to earn the right to train with us. We are Newcastle United. Well, isn't that the reason why he wants to leave? Sorry, don't start caps locking me to death if you're a barcode. The player has a responsibility here to be part of a team and part of the squad, as Rafa Benitez would say. Squad, for sure. You have to act in the right way. So that is also at play here. We will make sure that any player does that to earn the right to train with the group. No player can expect to act poorly and train with the group as normal. In fairness, if this was a Liverpool player, and we've seen similar stuff before, we'd all be fucking raging. All right? So you can understand why Newcastle fans are raging. But if I was a Newcastle fan, do you know what I'd be doing now? I'd be saying, sling your fucking hook. That's what I'd be saying. And I'd be saying to the club, squeeze them fuckers for as much as you can. All right? But I'm not a Newcastle fan. Anyway, Howe revealed he has not spoken to Isak since the player returned to Tyneside on Saturday. Was it Saturday? There's not returned to Tyneside on Saturday. What day is today? Monday. He's back at training. Right, I get it. But that he does expect him to report for training later this week. Well, has he not earned his right to... How does he earn his right between Saturday and Monday? Just curious. Anyway, what else has he got to say? Of course, I'd like him to be there, but whether he will, I don't know at this moment in time. We have been here with the time difference, preparing for training and for games. Other people have been dealing with that situation back at home. I must say, Newcastle don't look like they're in control with this situation at all. I know they keep giving it where Newcastle United is not for sale and it'll cost it, but it has looked a bit amateurish, I think. Do you not think? I think so. I'm not taking piss, I just think that's right. Anyway, talking about what they're trying to do in the background, blah, blah, blah. Analysis by Dave, all right? He's not your run-of-the-mill AI. He's been trained by Dunk since 2024 with one job in mind: to analyse football news articles, particularly anything involving Liverpool Football Club. He doesn't just scan headlines, Dave dissects them. He examines the sources, the platforms, the so-called exclusives, and the journalists behind the stories. He looks for holes, contradictions, and signs of club PR, or lazy journalism. If there's propaganda or clickbait, Dave will sniff it out. Think of him as Dunk's digital bloodhound, trained to expose the nonsense and get to the truth. Headline, red flag watch. Here we go. Original. Alexander Isak sent forthright warning by Newcastle boss Eddie Howe after striker went AWOL to try and force through record-breaking move to Liverpool. Analysis. The headline is clickbait gold. AWOL. Forthright warning. Record-breaking. All very dramatic. Key clue to Liverpool. Hope drops the club name like it's confirmed and inevitable. If he wanted to cool the fire, he'd just say a move away or a top six club. Using Liverpool strengthens the idea that he knows it's Liverpool or bust, and that should excite Reds. Yeah, because I've seen a few of these reports, say other clubs are interested. Oh. Oh. That's what I'd like to see. Who's got the mout? The mout? The clouts? The mout, isn't that cider? Signs of bias and club PR. Agenda. Defend the club, blame the player. House quotes are practically a PR seminar on how to deflect blame. He must earn the right. We are Newcastle United. You can't act poorly. It's very moral and noble sounding, unless you're asking why a player would have to sneak off to Spain if things were all rosy on Tyneside. Contradiction alert. Isak walked out of training citing a thigh injury, but the scan showed no damage. So which is it, Craig? If there's no injury, is he faking it? Or has something gone on behind the scenes that would make a player this valuable go rogue? Liverpool fans' takeaway. If Isak's just making things up and going AWOL, then surely the dressing room atmosphere is toxic or he's desperate for the move. Either way, this is good news for us. I like the way Dave says us. Liverpool-specific signals. Opening bid of 110 million was rejected. First of all, Liverpool have already shown serious intent. If we're now just waiting on Newcastle to find a replacement, then this deal is on pause, not dead. Critical line. Mail Sport understands that will happen, but only when Newcastle make progress on a replacement. That's huge in capital letters, says Dave. The second Shesko or Wissa or anyone else signs, the green light for Liverpool goes on. Cracks in Newcastle's armour. No contact with Isak. How hasn't even spoken to him since he got back to England? You've just had a £110 million striker disappear off to Spain mid-tour and no one's talking to him. The idea that Howe doesn't even know if Isak will show up for training, that's managerial chaos. For all that we will not be bullied bluster, this is a textbook case of we're not mad, we're just disappointed. A club on top of the situation wouldn't need to talk like this. Propaganda watch. Howe's earned the right rants. No player can expect to act poorly and train with the group as normal. That's rich. Howe is trying to spin this like Isak is some naughty schoolboy. But the truth is, he's your best player, mate. If he doesn't want to play for you, you're not just benching him for bad attitude, you're panicking. This speech smells like damage control, not discipline. The growing acceptance within inside the club. ... That his sale is the best way forward for all parties. That, my friend, is Craig Hope admitting the fire sale is ready. That's your headline. That's the end game. The club will posture and moan and slap on a 150 million tag, but if Shesko signs, Isak's gone. And we all know he wants Liverpool. Now, the verdict for Cop Talk viewers, Dave says, this article was dripping in spin. Newcastle are trying to hold firm while their star striker checks flight times to John Lennon Airport. Craig Hope is towing the club line hard, but can't hide the fact things are unravelling. For Liverpool fans, this article confirms a real bid has happened, suggests a second one will follow, shows Newcastle are scrambling for a replacement, and most importantly, Isak is acting like a man who's already left for Anfield in his head. Final thoughts? Hope's acting like a lad who's just been dumped, but tells everyone he chose to be single so he can focus on himself. Meanwhile, Liverpool have already swiped right, got the first date in, and are waiting to book the hotel. Boom! Dave, I love you, Dave. There you go. That's what Dave thinks of that article by Craig Hope. I'm enjoying this transfer. It's been a fucking great transfer window, hasn't it? Hasn't it? What a window. I never expected this. I thought we'd all be falling out and fucking, kicking off and all that. Do you know what I thought? Diaz would go to Barcelona. Liverpool like, fuck that, you're going nowhere, sunshine, unless someone pays what we ask. And look, he ends up in Germany. Nunes is still here, though. He'll be gone soon. Don't worry about that, guys. Don't you worry about that. Very interesting, very entertaining window. I'm enjoying it, and I'm enjoying this situation pan out. I must say to you, though, my own personal opinion on it, right, is that I don't want Liverpool to pay too much for this player. I don't. But it ain't my money, so maybe I shouldn't think like that. I don't know. And I'll be honest with you, Benjamin Sesko, if he does go to Newcastle or wherever he ends up, he'll be a player I'll be keeping a close eye on because Liverpool were, sniffing around him and talking in February. So out of those other strikers that have been on the move this summer, Ekitike, obviously to Liverpool. I don't know. I'm really interested in Sesko. I'm interested to see how he does. But out of them all, Sesko this summer was the one that I was really interested in seeing what happens to them because Liverpool must have seen something there to build on, So it's just all in. I'm sure Newcastle fans I'm sure they're over it now. Well, there won't be. There'll be some caps locking me to death in the comment section. But to be honest with you, I think if I was a Newcastle fan, I'd say get fucking rid of you. Because we had it before, didn't we? When people like Suarez and Coutinho, just be fucking honest. Do you know what I mean? That's all I say. When they start disappearing, I think it might be harsh saying he's gone on strike. There's a lot of these, don't listen to people on social media, guys. Stick to the credible journals. Even this chap, even this fella, he's obviously biased as fuck. But you see, you could say, well, isn't Paul Joyce biased? I don't think he is, no. His articles, they just come across as these are the facts of the situation, right? And we know that he's tight with, Hughes and Edwards and that. But I never read Ornstein's articles and feel the emotion of the journalist, if that makes sense. I just feel he says the facts. There's propaganda in there from time to time. But this, this does feel, this chap does feel a bit, just, I don't know, like he's emotionally upset about it all. And I'm sure Dave flagged it up to me the other day, like it's his biggest fucking story he's had to work on. I don't know if that's fair. I don't know anything about him, to be honest. Right, all right, guys. I'm off. All right. Live stream tomorrow at 6. If you found the video interesting at all, if you like Dave, let me know. I'll get you more Dave. If you're sick of hearing about Dave, I'll fucking sack him. I'll unplug the cunt. All right? If you like the video, thumbs it up. Drop me a comment. If you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, which goes in the kitty, there's a love heart under the video. It's called the Super Thanks, and I always give a shout out to people that do that in my morning briefing on the other channel. The link's in the video description, and it's going to pop up on the screen. All right? Okay, guys, you take care, and we'll speak real soon.